Hey guys, Christian Senior back from C&H Mulligan for another quick informative review video. This one will be dealing with the machine I have in front of me here. This is what I refer to as a beater POULAN Pro machine here. This guy did virtually no maintenance to this machine for quite some time, and the last thing he actually did this machine was he actually bent the blade, and unfortunately the blade was not able to be salvaged. And I'll give you a shot of the actual engine tag right here. This is a 2008 engine production. It is the let me see and zoom here a little better for you. It's kind of light out here right today because I can't really get a good photograph of the actual tag, but it is what it is. It's 122T02-1207-B1 with a production year of 2008 on the serial number. This is the POULAN Pro, as I said before. Here is your POULAN Pro maintenance level tag, ID, whatever we want to call it, in the back of the machine right here. There you go, right there, guys. These things are either made by AYP, Husqvarna. Currently, these things are made by Husqvarna now out there, guys. So if you see machines with this ID tag on, this one as it is, then more than likely it's made by Husqvarna. Rather than POULAN Pro, it'll say HOP, because unfortunately Husqvarna has bought up virtually all the machines. It's basically the largest outdoor power equipment manufacturer in the world, so they use almost the same tag as this one right here. So if you're looking for parts for a machine similar to this, they will have the same identical tag. It'll say the product maintenance level, it'll say the model number below that. They don't have a superficial model number below that as well too. And you'll have the serial number on the right hand side, and you also have the cut width on here as well too. Because the reason I say that is because we have a Husky lawnmower that was purchased by a customer of ours, and he purchased it home, or it wasn't Home Depot, it was Harper. I'm trying to figure out what the name is. It's Tractor Supply Company, and it had the same ID tag on it. It's basically a brand new machine. What the guy did here today, guys, as usual, he bent the blade, as you see right here. Turned the blade to an L-shaped blade here, as you see. He also messed up the actual keyway in the blade adapter right here. This is the blade adapter. This is the original blade adapter, guys. And down there, he basically broke out the actual, let's see if I can zoom in on here for you. He broke out the keyway down inside there. This keyway goes through the side. You can see right here, it's actually mushed or mashed, or what you want to call it, mushed, pushed in on here, and it's definitely broken out of position because you can see it on an angle. It's bulged on one side right here. It's flat on the one side, and it's sticking out over here, so it definitely was knocked out. The other thing is the actual crank on this machine of his here. He had bad scoring on the crank as well too. So let me flip this thing over here, but you can't really see it, even though I gotta do it for reference anyway. Okay, guys. Here's the new blade on here. This is a brand new AYP blade, and also we have a new adapter on here as well too. See the gold adapter. They do. I need to make you know, I'll tell you guys. They do make two styles of these blade adapters because unfortunately, whenever I was ordering my parts, I ordered them direct from my distributor, and they didn't give me the specific type I needed for my job right here. They have two different types, guys. They have a new updated one right here. This is the new improved or updated part they call it, even though it's the same identical part number as what the original one is. Here's the original part. This is the original part right here, and this is the updated part. So if you're looking for a part specifically for this machine right here, I recommend getting the older non-revised part, because this one fits perfectly fine up inside of the actual plastic covering right here. They have like a goofy ass covering right here, guys, and you have to have this specific one right here in order for it to get up inside the covering right properly, because this one right here, this one will not work whatsoever sitting up inside this cover, guy. It's too thick on the angle right there, and it'll be rubbing on this plastic piece right here, and you will not be able to get it up inside there properly at all, guys. And the other thing is, The actual thickness they have on here as well too is slightly different as well too. They have a let me see, zoom in here a little better for you guys. They have a different lip on here as well too, and this is also a little bit thicker on here, so they did change and revise the actual design right here as well too. So if you got a machine you're currently working on and this is the older POULAN, I do strongly recommend and advise to get the older design, the one that has the rectangular shaped piece right here. Do not get the one with the oval shaped piece right here, because it will not fit on your machine. And for reference, the older part number right here, this thing still see it on here. Where's it at here? 18917. I think it's a 9 on here, but I'll put a link at the bottom of my page for the actual parts listing. The other one they have, the other design, it's 421176. That's supposedly the redesigned part, even though this one part will not fit or function on this specific machine right here. You have to get the older, not revised part number for that. So I'll give you another shot of the actual engine over here. I got you the actual model number, and this is the thing it goes on with again. You need the old, here we go, product maintenance level here, guys, for you. It's 9614200560, and the model type, or I should say the model number specifically, is PR625Y22RP. It's a 22-inch self-propelled, front self-propelled lawnmower made by POULAN Pro, even though this is a AYP Husqvarna HOP. What we'll call identification tag right here for that. So if you have one of these machines and you're working on it, I do strongly advise to get the original part, not the revised part. As I said here, get this one right here. Do not buy the oval shaped one, because it will not function properly on the actual shaft, nor will it allow to have proper alignment for the actual plastic keeper that keeps all the dust and dirt from going up inside the actual you want to call self-propelled drive cover right here, this big box right here, because they have that big plastic cover that sits up underneath the engine, and it keeps all the debris from getting up inside this whole entire area right here for that. So you need the older, not revised part. You do not want to buy the newer updated part right there as well too, guys. So I'll go ahead and fire this thing up here for you guys, and you can see how it's running. This thing is not running very good, to say the least, right here. He also needed a new airbox, because I should say the airbox base, because your primer bulb will not pump up at all on this thing, guys. And we put a new primer bulb on here. I even put 3 new gaskets behind the primer bulb base on here, so it's butt up against the carburetor on there, and it still will not pump up at all. So we took the base off, we took the primer bulb base off, and we put a new one on here. Those primer bulb bases are about 15-20 bucks. If you can buy them cheap, I typically buy them on eBay, guys. So if you want to get something cheap like that, I'd recommend buying them on eBay, because it's a lot easier to buy them on there, and they normally ship them out in about 2 to 3 days after you purchase them. So if you purchase them on Monday, you probably have them by, I'm thinking, probably Thursday morning if you get it FedEx or UPS mail, or I should say USPS mail. Sorry about that, because that's what I use all the time. I either get FedEx or get the priority 3-day mail shipping, so it comes in a relatively short amount of time for me right here for that. So we'll go ahead and fire it up here for you. This guy's machine does have a bit of knocking. We cannot do anything about that, because the guy did not maintain the machine according to the owner's manual. The knocking problem, you can eliminate some of the knocking by adding a thicker oil. Typically we recommend, like, on most jobs, if the machine's running okay, we just put 10W30 multi-viscosity oil. However, if the machine has a bit of knocking out there, we do recommend Shell Rotel-T 15W40 oil right here for its heavy duty diesel oil. It provides a bit of what we call a buffer or cushion for some of the internal components of the engine. So if you have a machine that's knocking slightly, I do recommend switching to a heavier grade of oil right here specifically. So I personally recommend the Shell Rotel-T 15W40 oil if you want to put it in your machine, and your machine is having any kind of a slight or mild knocking problems going on with it currently right here for that. So let's go ahead and get this thing fired up here for you guys. You can see it running. And get primed up a couple more times here. So the machine still functions out here, however, it doesn't have the kind of compression needs to run, you know, nice and strong out there, but it still has knocking problems, and you can't really do anything about that because he's going to need a new engine sometime in the future right here. And we always make a note of that on our receipts for customers out there saying the machine wasn't, you know, maintained adequately, and we can't be liable for any kind of, you know, future issues like the machine decided to take a dump on them out there for that. So if anybody has any comments, questions, whatnot about the video here today, just feel free to leave me any message or some kind of comment, or if you want some kind of information about the parts I was describing here, I'll put the parts listing at the bottom of the page in the actual description here for the two parts. It was the one part was the actual older blade adapter and a newer blade adapter specifically for this machine right here. So I'll go ahead and put that at the bottom of the links to the bottom of the page. So you have to be mindful whenever you buy parts online, make sure you buy the exact part for your exact machine. I recommend sticking with the original part rather than the upgrade part, because sometimes the upgrade part may be an upgrade part, however it might not fit on the older design. So just be mindful of that fact, guys. So I'll see you guys and have a nice day.